Good morning or hello. What's up, build folks? We are going to get started with some solid mobility today, and then we're going to ease into a good section of core and then finish off with a good HIIT workout. So what are you going to need for today? The first part, you're going to need a foam roller. It can be long or short. And then the second part, you just need your body and a mat. And then the third part, you're going to want a cooler or a bench or a chair or something to step up onto. And really just, you could get away with one dumbbell, but if you have two dumbbells, might as well bring them out. So we're going to get started. We're going to roll around on the foam roller. We're going to start with our back. So go ahead, sit down on the foam roller and then lay all the way down. So the foam roller is running up your spine. And I want you to reach up and then just let your arms fall back into a W. So a little bit of a bend at the elbows and feel your shoulders, feel those shoulder blades, how they can almost grasp the foam roller when you press down, and just let your arms open up. Feel the floor with the back of your hands. And for some of you, that might intensify the stretch in your pecs to feel for the floor with the back of your hands. For others, you might be right there. Take 3 deep breaths here. Big belly breaths. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel that air moving into your diaphragm. One more big breath. Awesome. And then gently roll off that foam roller. And we're going to get into the lats, into the armpit a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a little sore. Try to let this hand relax and play around with how much tension you want to have or how much weight you want to have on the foam roller, simply by either having more of your weight in your hips or less, right? So if I pick my hips up a lot more tension in the lats, in the armpit area, and just find that spot that's like, oh, right there, and just gently roll around on that spot. Deep breaths. You might feel like a little tingly in the fingers sometimes. If you really get a good spot, and just try to let the hand relax, let your shoulder relax. All right, and then switch sides. Just same thing on the other side here. But I really want today to be an hour of kind of refocus with the body. You know, I'm definitely a go personality, and I know a lot of my fellow mountain bike community, we're the same way, right? It's like, we want to do our workout, we want to ride our bike. And we just sometimes need to take it down a little bit and breathe, slow down, connect with the body in a different way than we're used to. So that's what the first part of this is going to be about. Still, building that mind muscle connection, but just in a slightly different modality. And then we're going to get into some really good core, and I've got a really fun HIIT workout for us at the end. Okay, we are going to get onto the quad. So pick one leg and just get right on top, and then this can be really intense. So again, modulate the pressure that you've got pressing into the foam roller with your hands, and if you need to give your body more support so that the quad is not just like slamming onto that foam roller, do it. And then again, gently roll around until you find that spot where you're like, oh, that's where I need to spend more time. And we are just slowly breaking up up the fascia in the muscle tissue here, waking it up, stimulating it, increasing blood flow. We're gonna spend about 30 more seconds on top of the quad. But feel free to, roll more to the lateral side or the medial side, whatever you need. Okay, and then go ahead and switch sides. I find my adductors, so the muscles on the inside of the quad, they get real tender and love a good little foam roll session all the way on the inside there. Again, moving slowly. Ooh, oh, found the spot. Okay, ease off of that, and then we're gonna get back to the back, but this time with the foam roller perpendicular to the spine. And start with it at your mid back, and then we're slowly gonna open up for a 3 count. So leaning back for 3, 2, 1, and then gently lifting the head, and then slide that foam roller just about an inch up your spine, so closer to your neck. And then same thing, leaning back for 3, 2, 1, gently coming up, and then again, inching a little bit closer to your neck, leaning back for 3, 2, 1, and then coming up. We're gonna do this one more time, and leaning back for 3, 2, 1. And then at this point, the foam roller should be right on your shoulder blades. And you can just kind of move around side to side, get into those shoulders a little bit. Oh yeah, think of yourself like a bear, like scratching against a tree, and you're just like, oh, that feels so good. Okay, and then we're gonna get into the calves, and then set the foam roller aside. Okay, so one calf, and again, rolling up and down, but then you can also move side to side. See if you can find a spot in your calf that you didn't know needed as much love as it does. Maybe moving over more onto the lateral side. Really explore the calf. Good work. And go ahead and switch to the other side. So I recommend doing this ideally, in an ideal world, after you wake up and you chug a big glass of water, just lay on the carpet or the floor for 5 minutes. Just set a timer, 5 minutes, roll around with a foam roller, or at night when you're hanging out with your family, if you're, watching Netflix or YouTube or whatever, same thing, just get on that foam roller and just roll around, rather than just hanging out on the couch. Okay, awesome. Foam roller is going to go away for now, and then we're going to get onto all fours, and we're going to do some good cat cows. So we're going to do 5 cat cows here. So pressing the spine up, press those shoulders away from each other, and then reverse it. So hips come up in the air, big arch in the back, and then flip it. Feel your tailbone tuck here. Feel a good low back stretch. Hands pressing into the floor. Moving with your breath. And one more each direction. Awesome. All right, so then from this position, we're going to go into our thoracic spine rotations. So hand is going to go gently behind the head, and we're just going to lead with the elbow underneath the armpit, and then open up. And we're going to do 5 of these on each side. Trying to get into our thoracic spine. So our upper back, looking for a good twisting. Oh, nice little stretch here. That's 3, 4, and 5. And then switching sides, and keep that hand light behind the head. We don't want to be pressing the head down. We're really just trying to get the hand out of the way, lead with the elbow. 2 more here. Good. And then let's get into the low back. So that was the upper back. So come all the way down onto your belly. Hands are going to come out. So you're in a big T. Lift one leg. Lead with that heel across the body. And just feel a good low back stretch. Hold that for 3, 2, 1. And then come on up. And the other side. If you can keep both shoulders down, that's great. But if one shoulder comes up a little bit, don't worry about it. All right, and we're going to do 1 more on each side here. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Oh, that low back stretch feels so good. And other side for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And I'm going to grab a little sip of water here. Okay, and we're going to get into some 90-90s. And I've got a good progression for us here. So we're going to start out the way we typically do these. So you've got about a 90-degree angle here, about a 90-degree angle here. And then we want to sit up nice and tall. Okay, so we're looking for length through the spine. So I don't want you to be hunched over. I don't want you to be leaning this like away from your legs. So sitting up nice and tall, trying to have your hips square with the shin that's facing forward. And then we want everything to be in contact with the floor. So if this, I'm tighter on this side, so this knee is floating up. So I'm going to press that knee down, staying up nice and tall. I'm just going to hinge at the hips, not round, right? Keeping shoulders down and back. And I'm actually going to have my hand here for a little bit of support. We're going to do this for 10, 9, 8, 7. You should feel this all back in here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. And then we're going to wiggle it out, and we're going to do that 2 more times. So knee is going to come down. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Think about leading with that belly button over the shin for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As mountain bikers and just cyclists in general, and then as humans living in the 21st century, we spend so much time sitting and our hips get so tight, so uncomfortable. So we gotta loosen those suckers up. We're gonna hold this 5 more seconds for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, my friends, let's go ahead and switch sides. And just notice the differences between one side and the other. We all have a tighter side, and you want to spend a little bit more attention, give that tight side a little bit more love. That's where you're more likely to encounter injuries. So here we go. Set yourself up, sit up nice and tall. Remember, we don't want to be rounding. We want to lead with that belly button over the shin for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, sit up nice and tall, wiggle it out, and then press that knee down. Lead with that belly button for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're gonna do one more. I find that the second half, like the last 5 seconds of this, are when it really gets good. All right, for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep that back flat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Gently come on up. And get those feet pretty wide, because we're going to come down into a squat here. Drive one elbow into your knee, and then we are reaching up, and we're holding this for 3, 2, 1, and then other side. So hand is on the floor, elbows pressing into the knee, and we are rotating and reaching up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we are getting, go ahead and stand up and just shake that out, because I know it's pretty intense. We're going to do 3 more of those. This is called a hip windmill. So we're getting into the hips and the upper back. Okay, and I want your feet wide. You can have a nice like duck stance, right? So toes can be pointing out. So come on down, drive the elbow into the knee, plant the hand, and look up and rotate for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stay low here. Other side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and other side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Oh yeah. All right, stand up gently. Feel the blood moving in through the hips, around the pelvis. And then go ahead, get back into that wide stance and hinge at the hips, walk those hands out where you feel pretty comfortable and planted here, right? So palms are pressing down into the floor, heels are pressing down into the floor. And then I want you to bring your hips up, drive the head between your arms, and think about like just pressing hips, head back towards your heels, and you should feel a nice stretch in the hamstring. So press back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come forwards and just come out of it for a minute, and not a literal minute, just a moment, and then press back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rock forwards. We're going to do 3 more. Press back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forwards and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and one more. Come forwards and then rock back. Press those heels down. Press those hands in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Oh, little ankle crack. Okay, come on out of that. So moving into the shoulders, we're gonna come down onto our stomachs. And we thought a different variation of a superwoman or a superman or a super person here. So reach your hands all the way forwards and almost make like a little cup with your hands. Now feet are pressing into the floor. Glutes are gonna turn on. Chest is gonna lift and you're gonna pull your elbows back towards each other, keeping the elbows up off the floor. Then come back forwards and down. Your whole posterior chain here should be super tight. Okay, so I want those glutes turned on. I want you to feel your low back muscles, like those erector spinae. Everything should be working here. Feet should be pressing into the floor. We're gonna do 5. Okay, so tuck the chin, lift the chest, elbows come back, squeeze, 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 and then bring those hands back in front and bring the head down. That was 1. Squeeze the shoulders, 3, 2, 1, and back to front, come down. Squeeze those shoulders for 3, 2, 1. Everything comes in front, relax, and squeeze those glutes. Shoulders are pressing together for 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands back in front, relax. So we've got 2 more here. Chest lifts, glutes are turned on, tuck the chin, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2 more seconds, 1 more second. Oh, hands come in front. Okay, we're just got 1 more here. And squeeze the glutes, lift the chest, press the shoulders together for 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nice job. All right, so we did our wide shoulder dogs for the shoulders and the hamstrings. Those were our super retractions for our shoulders. So now we're gonna do these wader bows. And we've got 2 different movements to get into the hamstrings and really keep working the hip hinge, which is so important for cycling. So go ahead, take your fingers, interlace them behind your back, and stand with your feet hip distance apart. And we're going to hip hinge, meaning send the booty, send the hips backwards, ever so slight bend in the knees. Okay, and you are just bowing down. These are called wader bows until you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. And then you're going to stand up. Now, one of the reasons I really like this movement is having your hands interlaced behind your back helps you to keep your low back neutral. Okay, so we don't want the hips to be rocking forwards or backwards. Okay, we want to just stay in this neutral pelvic alignment as we send the hips back. So we're going to do 8 of these. Okay, move at your own pace. Your depth is going to feel and look different than everyone else's based on your hamstring flexibility. Keep your toes pressed down into the floor. And you want to feel this mostly in between the knees and the glutes. Okay, so right back here is where we're looking for sensation. This is a stretch for the hamstrings. It builds mind-muscle connection with the hamstrings, and it also trains the hip hinge, which is what we need for deadlifts, for Romanian deadlifts, for accessing range of motion, upper body range of motion on the bike. I've got 4 more. Keep that back neutral. Feet should stay nice and flat, nice and balanced. Nice. And then we are going to do some heel walking. All right, so you're gonna take a step forward, toes are up, but then you're gonna hinge at the hips with the toe up. And so this should just be a nice, intense stretch in the hamstrings. Oh yeah. So this should be about a pace that's like hinging 3, 2, one, and then coming up. And I'm like creeping towards the camera here. So hinging 3, 2, 1, and up. And then hinging 3, 2, 1, and up. Hinging 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. Go ahead and do 2 more on each side. Hinge for 3, 2, 1, and up. And hinge for 3, 2, 1, and up. All right, nice work. So we're gonna go through that whole thing one more time, but a lot faster with a couple different progressions. So coming on down to the 90-90s, I want you to come up and transfer to the other side. Okay, if this is really challenging for you, grab a weight or a can of soup, or maybe even your dumbbell. Ooh. And that's going to give you a little bit more ability to stay planted as you move from side to side. Good. Okay, that's a great one to play around with. So then we're going into our squatted windmills. So get those feet nice and wide. We're going to do 2 on each side. So plant hand, elbow goes into the knee, look up, and switch. And we're just going to stay down here. Oh yeah. Awesome. Now, hips come up, feet stay wide, walk those hands out, and we're going to look back, drive back, hips are going up, head between the shoulders, get into the shoulders here, maybe into the lats a little bit, and rock forwards. We're going to do 4. That was 1. Pressing back, rock forwards for 2. Press back, press back, press back, rock forwards, and then our last one, press back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. And come on down to the belly. Ooh. Reach forwards. So remember, we're squeezing the glutes, lifting the chest. Elbows are coming back, and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together for 3, 2, 1. And then bring the hands in front and relax everything. We're going to do 4 more. Whew. Okay. Engage. Lift the chest. Press those shoulder blades together for 3, 2, 1. And come. Bring the hands in front. And press the shoulder blades together for 3, 2, 1, and bring those hands back in front. 2 more here. Press the shoulder blades together for 3, 2, 1. Oh, and reach forwards, tuck the chin, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest, press the shoulder blades together for 3, 2, 1. Oh, does not seem like that should be as hard as it is. All right, going into our waiter bow. So interlace the fingers behind the back. We're just gonna do 4 here, but I want you to maybe go a little bit lower, send those hips back a little bit farther, get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Take some deep breaths. Oh yeah, and 1 more. Good, and then we are going to do 8 on each leg of our heel walks. So hinging, toes are up, heel is planted, and you can just leave those fingers interlaced behind your back if you want. And I feel like this, I notice this gets lower down into the top of my calf, like it moves down the back of the leg more, which is a place for me. I tend to be really tight, so I really like this one. So kicking that leg out, hinging, feeling that really nice stretch. Oh yeah, all right. Got one more on each side. Okay, you guys. So grab some water if you need it. And then we are going to move into our core work.